Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly. I gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine. He can come home as late as can be. Home without him just ain't no home to me. Can't help loving that man of mine. When he goes away, that's a rainy day. But when he comes back, that day is fine. The sun will shine. He can come home as late as can be. Home without him just ain't no home to me. Can't help loving that man of mine. Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly. I gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man now. I can't help loving that man now. I can't help loving that man of mine. Okay, thank you, Sunshine Pepper, for that music. Okay, let's go before the Lord in prayer. Close your eyes and meditate quietly on these words. Isaiah 2:3-4. Come we, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord of Jerusalem. Amen. Amen. We learn from a young age that to be happy, we need to find our Prince Charming or our princess. No one wants to live life alone. We expect people to make us happy, healthy, and whole. In our television programs and the lyrics to our songs on the radio, we are reminded that we are only half a person without the love of our life beside us. Someone must set up camp in my brain for me to be a healthy, functioning human being. From ancient society to modern today, we are taught to place our dependency within one person. I forgot to turn the sound on my microphone. See? Everybody makes mistakes. There we go. Okay, now I have it on. Okay. We expect one person to meet all of our needs, our hopes, our wants, and our utter survival. If they fail us, then they did not love us, we assume. If they fail us, then we will be destroyed. So we hold them harder, and we set the standard higher. No human can meet the standards of another human being, and no human being has the capacity to completely fulfill the needs of another. God created us to be dependent beings in need of love and capable of giving unfathomable love. His love. God created us to be a creation of worship. We are made to worship God, to love God, and to love all that He has created and given us. We are made to be loved and to be cared for, to be wanted and to be appreciated. We are made for purpose. God made us to be self-sufficient, and He made us capable of collaboration with another being, either monogamously or with a family. We are creative beings, full of variety and flavors, a work of art from the hands of God. But it is hard to trust in the truth of all of this when survival is swallowing you up whole, when every man you ever known has rejected you, or every woman you attempted to give your heart to has rejected you for one reason or another. It is hard to believe that God created you to be a loving creation worthy of appreciation. When your love that you stayed loyal to confronts you with divorce or walks out and abandons you, it is hard to see yourself and them as beings created to love and to collaborate within that love. Survival can blind us. The single woman, the virgin, the newly divorced or abandoned person, even the one who chooses to live for God instead of a partner, are all seen as rejects, damaged goods in some sort of way. We are expected to chase after idols and demigods if we want to be normal and fit in. A single person is expected to live as a whore. The virgin shouldn't even have a pure mind, let alone pure words. The newly divorced is expected to find a girl toy or a boy toy to handle their urges until Mr. or Mrs. Right comes around again. And those who are sold out for Jesus are now expected to have a closet full of bones. This is normal society. This will make us happy. We worship the idols of money, cars, houses, belongings, and positions. We chase after the demigods that represent our hopes and dreams and go out of our way to worship them and praise them as if they are responsible for meeting our needs, as if they are our saviors. But they can't meet our needs. They can't help us to survive, and they are not responsible for our existence, our happiness, or our sufficiency. They may sing about it, rap about it, act out characters that make us think they will save us, but they won't, and they can't. God can. God made all of creation beings of worship unconsciously, so that we would turn all our hearts and attention to Him, because only He alone can save us. Studies have shown that going through the withdrawals of a breakup is the same as going through the withdrawals of crack cocaine. Studies have also shown that people who are single and not in an active monogamous intimate relationship with another tend to live longer and have lower stress levels. They have the time to be more self-determined, motivated, and focused. A single person can have a stronger and closer relationship with Christ, with family, and with community because their concerns are not split between themselves and another. But God did not create us to be completely alone. He made us a society, a family. He created marriage, and He created intimacy. So which is better? How do I survive alone? How do I find the one I am to be with? Should I take matters into my own hands? What if society dictates how I ought to be? Tamar knew she was happy. She was married to a very important man who was the son of the leader of their community. She had all she needed. She was well respected and had her place in society. But they had no children yet, and that was a problem. In their society, children meant a future. It also demonstrated the value and worth she and her husband would be to their community. Children had a high value back then. Tamar set her mind to work on this problem, but fate had other plans. The love of her life became very sick. Despite everyone's best efforts, he died. What was Tamar to do? Her father-in-law was holding her to her promise for an heir. She could not leave him with such a shame. But how do you have an heir with a dead man? She was also holding her husband to his promise to provide for her. But how can a dead man take care of a living wife? Her father-in-law had a solution. In their society, it was traditional for the nearest brother to marry his sister-in-law and have an heir for his dead brother. So Tamar once again walked down the aisle, and all was well for her for the moment. But shortly after, he too got sick and quickly died. Her world turned upside down again. 2 husbands died on her before she could give either an heir. Her shame was now doubled, and the shame she brought to her first husband's family was also doubled. She continued as a young widow. She would be destitute on the street with no other choices but to become a harlot or to beg for money as a panhandler. She begged her father-in-law for his 3rd son. But the young man was still a boy. Also, the father-in-law feared that his 3rd son would also die if he was married to Tamar. Maybe she was cursed. So he reasoned with her and made her wait. For a time, he financially supported her while she waited. This bought him time to think of what to do and allowed him to keep his high position as leader and save face. After some years, his youngest became a man. He did not want to marry Tamar by then. It would have been like marrying his mother. But tradition is tradition. Tamar had held to that promise. She worshipped that promise and staked her hopes and survival on it. Her father-in-law, Judah, determined the life of his son, and his happiness was more important to him than his promises to a black widow hag. He married his son to someone else and cut Tamar off. Now Tamar was in crisis. She had no money, no support, no way to eat, and no place to sleep. She was homeless and abandoned. What was she to do? She did not want to turn to whoredom or be a beggar, so she conceived a plan, too. She put the rough clothes of a slut on, and she propositioned her father-in-law. Living in his house all those years, she knew of his dirty little secret. Judah was not happy with his wife. He had not been for a long time. There was no more passion, so he took care of his needs elsewhere. No one frowned on his affairs. He was a man. He kept it low-key, and he fulfilled all his responsibilities to his wife and children faithfully. Wasn't he also helping these women out by using them? When they were done, Tamar asked for a unique payment. She wanted the symbol that represented his leadership. his staff. Well, if she was available to him when he needed her, what harm would it be? Several months went by since Tamar had been put out of their home and disappeared into the streets. Then one day she was brought to the courts before the elders. Tamar had been living as a whore. Everyone in the community leaders, her previous friends, her family, and her father-in-law were all ready to judge her and condemn her for her street life. But Tamar had a surprise. She knew who the father was, and she had proof. "Well, show us proof of this fool," her father-in-law boasted. "It's a wonder he is still alive." She pulled out Judah's staff and threw it at his feet. "You are the fool. That is the father of my baby, and now I have your heir as I promised you." Everyone was silent for a long time. Only Judah's wife's weeping could be heard. All were at fault. All were wounded. All were hurt. Could any of this have been avoided? We don't like waiting, and we don't want to trust what we believe we can't be sure of. We are fragile, fickle, and limited people. But God is not. God will not fail us, nor will He allow us to be destroyed. God is not weak, but all-powerful. He has our best interest in mind. He has something better for Tamar, and He wanted her to trust Him with her present and her future, for her past did not determine her outcome. God wanted Judah to be a great leader, and He wanted him to trust Him with his life so that his light would shine and 1,000 men would follow him willingly. The tragedies in our lives that haunt us and throw us into the arms of distress are not meant to tear us down. Crisis can be good. It is a signal that we may be going in the wrong direction, and we need to reevaluate a part of our life plan. Never let go of the hope that you are made for purpose. Take personal responsibility for where things are not functioning as they should. Sit down, plan, and clean things up. Find your voice. Tamar used deception to speak her truth. We don't have to deceive others to be heard. Use I statements. Look people in the face and tell them directly, firmly, and factually what it is that you need and how they can come alongside you and help you meet your goals. Always keep your responsibility. It is your future, your life, not their life. You are responsible for you. Learn what you can do to get out of your crisis. Find the proper resources and use them. Honor whatever rules or requests that are made of you by those resources. If you feel you can't honor their request, then don't use that resource. You just went off track again. Get back on. Deception will not bring about good, so don't do it. Build a support system for yourself to surround your life. Your support is your choice. Loving beings need loving beings. Support groups, a church family, neighbors, family, and friends are all examples of community you can create for yourself to thrive and survive. Remember, loving beings need loving beings. Your support system should be that of loving beings that bring more angel and less sin out of you. If you want to talk more about your own unique situation, you can call me Angel Moore. at 1-888-707-9375. I will try to help you, to guide you, and to assist you in determining a plan for your life. My office hours are 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday. That way we can talk, and work and family does not have to get in the way of you working out your problems and coming that much closer to recovery. If you would like me to help you with finding resources or putting a wrap plan together or an advanced directive together, you can call me on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. I do charge a small fee for my services. We can talk and work it out. You can also send Dear Angel letters to P.O. Box 335, Lorton, Virginia 22199. I will try to answer you directly, but if you choose to stay anonymous, it's okay. I can answer you on my blog at angelwhispersrelationshipcounseling.live. My webpage was down for the last 2 days if you've tried to go to it, and I'm sorry about that, but it will be back up again on Saturday, and it is a secure site, so do not be concerned. If you believe in the work I am trying to do through these videos and the phone lines, you can also send me a donation of any amount, even 25 cents. The funds go to continuing this work of assisting others in the journey of recovery. It also goes to allowing me to eat and keep a roof over my head. I realize that some people will not have the funds to cover my fee for my services. That's okay. I want to help where I can. Your donations will allow me to do that. Tamar had choices. You do too. Don't give up on you. Trust in God to bring more angel in your life and less sin in the outcome. Oh, yeah, yeah. Lord, I thank you for giving me over and over again. Yeah, yeah. Calling me Father, I'm down on my knees. He said, call on you no matter the hour. Well, Lord, I'm in need. I've been messing up, lost my house, well, I lost my job. My wife walked out. These church folks say they my friends, but I'm all they talking about. I've been doing wrong and I'm so sorry. Lord, please forgive me. Yes, to him he removed all wickedness. The blood from your son will wash me from my sins. Clean this house from the inside out. Restore me, take away my impurity, clean this house from the inside out. Restore me, take away my impurity. I said, if you got out me in that last situation, I wouldn't do it again. What can I say? But I'm only man. And Lord, here I stand. I've been smoking a lot, drinking a lot and all up in the club. I've been doing this, I've been doing that. I had no business doing it. The church, no Bible study, ain't been in my word. Now I know better than this. Can live my life in sin. Best to him you remove all wickedness. The blood from your son will wash me from my sin. Clean this house from the inside out. Restore me. Take away my impurity. Clean this house from the inside out. Restore me. Take away my impurity. Now listen, it wasn't for your grace and mercy, I don't know where I would be. Oh yeah, Lord, 'cause you brought me out, without a doubt, without a doubt. You're more than a friend, you're my confidant. Thank you, Lord, for cleansing me. I will always serve thee. Clean this house from the inside out. Restore me. Take away my impurity. Clean this house from the inside out. Restore me. Take away my impurity. Money needs a little cleaning sometimes. And yeah, I can introduce you to the best cleaner alive. Every now and then we all go through a little strife. And if you let him, he will change your life. Now, I can hear you saying that life's been rough. You've been going through a whole lot of stuff. God specializes in the impossible. Just trust and believe. His grace is more than enough. Clean this house. Clean this house. Clean this house. Clean this house. Yes, Lord, clean this house. He will clean your house. Clean my house. Clean the impurity. Clean this house. Trusting in Lord. Clean my house. Restore me, Lord. Remove the impurity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Remember, you're only a whisper near to recovery. God bless.